Hey, Tyler DeWitt here, president of DeWitt's Media Incorporated. So I wanted to make this video, I should say, called Google Ads versus social media. Which avenue should you explore? This is a question we get a lot. And some people just don't even know. They just set up a social media account and they select Google Ads, or they set up a Google Ads and they exclude social media because they don't think social media works. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, depending on your industry. But let's talk about Facebook. B2C, Facebook can be used B2B too. Usually LinkedIn is B2B. Well, almost all the time LinkedIn is B2B. So, the major differences are Google Ads is targeting people that have high intent. Facebook is not targeting people that have high intent. And just to clarify, what I mean by high intent is when somebody is looking for your product or service at that given time. For example, people go to Google when they're looking for something, right? Usually they're looking to buy, they're looking to learn, or they're just not too sure at that given time. So you kind of have like three different behaviors that come into play, I guess you could say. I mean, more than less, right? But either way, when somebody goes to Google, their intent is a lot higher because they've taken the time out to go to Google and type in something on Google that they want to obtain more information on. Whereas when they log into Facebook, they're just checking messages or the feed, share their day, post some pictures about their vacation, whatever it may be. Their mind is not even interested in your product or service at that given time. Even if you're targeting interest-based, that can help your message become more relevant in the, targeting, using Facebook targeting options by interest or whatever it may be, however you set your settings up. It will make your message become more relevant to the audience, but you still got to remember that they're not on Facebook searching for your products or services. They're on there for whatever reason, whereas in Google, they are searching, as I mentioned. So, which one should you use? Well, if you plan on starting on Facebook, you better have something that's in high demand, or you better have an ad that will come out there and bam, that will grab their attention. It could be an influencer, someone well-known, or your product just is in high demand at that given time. Facebook's can be very sporadic in the way they convert too. Restaurants tend to do pretty well on Facebook, especially when you're showing food. People are like, oh, okay. For like a local business, that will make a lot more sense. But usually speaking, like in e-commerce, lead generation can be attorney, accountants, auto car lots, graphics designer, whatever it may be that you're generating a lead. Makes more sense to take to Google, where you want to push more content, you want to run Google Ads, and target people that are looking for that products and service because your probability of closing them will be a lot higher. The same with e-commerce. Your probability is a lot higher at selling a product. Your conversion rate is going to be a lot higher. Now with the social media, back to social media, it doesn't make much sense to just run products through Google or to, advertise in attorney services or accounting services through Facebook, regardless of what their interests are, because 9 out of 10 times it's not going to convert. So here's what you do. You run Google Ads. Say, for example, you're a certified public accountant or you're an e-commerce store. You run Google Shopping Ads or Google Ads for your CPA business. And then you set up a retargeting campaign on Facebook. So therefore, you've targeted people that have had previous intent. That's usually the best way to go. Where a lot of people go wrong at in digital marketing today is they get so pulled into that social medium. I call it the social media sickness. People tend to think social media is going to answer all their questions, or it's going to boost, or they're going to drive a lot of sales, and they get discouraged when they don't see those sales coming in. Now, go, there are some industries, fitness gyms don't do bad to you on social media. You can launch a social media campaign targeting a gym, but you got to give something that makes sense. You can't just say, join our gym. Why not offer them the first 3 months free? Or give them a personal trainer their first day of training if they sign up. Things like that would make sense because their intent is not that high, but a lot of people out there on average are usually thinking about joining the gym. So you just got to really be very influential. You have to have something that's going to grab their attention if you plan on advertising to social media. You need to keep that in mind. Whereas, as I said before, and I'll say many times again, Google Ads, people's intent is really high. If somebody goes to Google and they type in Los Angeles gyms, their probability and chance of converting through a Google ad is going to be a lot higher than Facebook. But on Facebook, if you're able to offer something of value that will grab their attention, discounts, promotions, free trainers, whatever it may be, your probability will increase of grabbing their attention and converting them. So keep that in mind when you're setting up your campaigns from now on. And don't always exclude Google Ads and don't always exclude Facebook. And if you're just a little confused on which one to use or how you can use them to your advantage, then hire a consultant. Someone that has years of experience in both of those channels. Once again, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and review my bio in the description of this video. Have a great day and thank you.